Hey, it's Dr. Toby, physical therapist and health coach, and thank you for coming to check out the Rehab mobile channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about a couple of things you can do to help you if you've been dealing with trigger finger. So, by the way, if you are new to our channel, we help people to stay healthy, pain-free, fit, and mobile. You can check out all of our videos. And if you want to stay healthy, pain-free, fit, and mobile, you can subscribe to our channel by hitting that red notification button. And we would love to share more videos specifically to your physical fitness and health needs. So leave a comment at the end of this video to let us know how you benefited from it and if you have a topic request. So let's get right into trigger finger. Now, if you're watching this video and you've dealt with trigger finger or you are dealing with trigger finger, I want you to know that there are a couple of things you should know about this injury. So when it comes to trigger finger, maybe you have looked up online what happened to my finger after I had a particular accident. I was squeezing something and my finger got stuck like this, or I was playing baseball or doing some kind of activity involving my hand, or I type a lot and my finger keeps getting stuck and I have to move it on my own and it feels really painful and uncomfortable. Well, there are a couple of things you really want to know about this injury. One of the things that you want to know, number one, is that there is another type of condition that may be very similar to this. And if you think that you have trigger finger, you may want to talk to a specialist first, like a physical therapist who actually knows how to distinguish between trigger finger and what's called Dupuytren's contracture. So not to go too deeply into these issues, but these issues in terms of their conditions have similar features in terms of the physical function and what it looks like when you have Dupuytren's and also trigger finger. One of the main differences is that typically Dupuytren's may not have any pain when you are doing any of the seeing any of the symptoms or the signs. And so if you do know for sure you have trigger finger, some of the things I'm going to show you are going to be really helpful. Number one, trigger finger develops from a tendon becoming super inflamed and not being able to move through the tendon sheath that it normally moves through. So imagine like an 18-wheeler truck or a large truck trying to go under a bridge that it's too big for. When your tendon on this side gets really inflamed, what happens is that it becomes too big to pass through and it gets stuck right here. So what happens is that inflammation causes pain and difficulty in movement, and you kind of know what goes from there. You may be experiencing it. So often what people have to do is move that finger on their own. Well, one of the first and most easiest things that you can really begin to do to help that tendon out is called cross friction massage. Now, doing massage is really going to be helpful, and we all know what a massage is for the most part. We're going to be just doing some gentle motions here and rubbing that hand. And these are some techniques that we've used with actual patients. So this is not just theory, these are things that actually work. And we've seen lots of patients who've had different hand kind of conditions or issues or limitations, and trigger finger is one of them. So using your finger to just massage and move around to do some generalized massage, one of those things that are going to be beneficial for you is being able to remove some of that inflammation as you massage it and help some of your lymph nodes and other vessel structures to help remove some of that fluid that might be there. But why this is important is because, again, that tendon is going to be very restricted, and this is going to help to loosen things up. Now, again, if you are somebody who has not already determined whether this is trigger finger, this may not be the most effective for you. And the other thing is you might have severe pain. Maybe your trigger finger occurred within the past day or two, or it's very acute, meaning very recent. This may be too painful for you, but also one thing you want to keep in mind is how much pressure you're putting. So you don't need to put more pressure. It's not like more pain means more gain. In fact, more pain is actually going to make it worse. So this should feel more relieving than aggravating. And if it's not more relieving than aggravating, then that's a time where you want to actually seek out some help. So we have a link in the description of our video. It's a Talk to a PT First button, and you just click that link and you will get some free information from us where we can give you specific guidance on how to deal with your trigger finger if this doesn't really help you. So again, cross friction massage is actually a specific type of massage that is best for tendons. And what you're going to do is you are going to, assuming that this finger, my ring finger, is the one that has the issue, I'm going to just brush gently over, back and forth. You can also do some generalized massage, moving it around, and those things are going to be very helpful as well. And if you feel anything more than a mild discomfort, and anything more than a mild discomfort that feels kind of relieving, you know, sometimes you feel those massages and it's like, well, I feel a sore area, but it feels like it's a good kind of soreness that's being relieved out as I put pressure on it. That's kind of what you should be feeling. It should be feeling more relieving. If it's anything more than that kind of discomfort, then you really want to talk to a PT first and get some help from somebody who can actually kind of tell you what specifically is going on. So the other thing that's going to be really helpful from a tenderness perspective, depending on what phase you're in, maybe you're in a very acute phase very early and it's extremely difficult to move at all, and maybe your finger is stuck like this and trying to move it out is extremely painful. Again, that's another scenario where you want to talk to a PT first and get help. But let's say you are able to move that finger and you want to apply some home remedies. One of the things that can be helpful from that perspective is just doing some active range of motion. And if you're able to do these kind of activities, that's going to help to not only provide lubrication to the tendon and the joint area, but it's also going to help to improve the restrictions as far as the tissue that has developed some tightness. And you can go from this position to making a hand position like that. So doing this a couple of times throughout the day can be very, very beneficial. Now, everyone has different body types, different levels of severity in terms of where they are in this kind of condition. So to give some very specific repetitions could be difficult depending on what kind of situation you're dealing with. But starting off with doing 10 repetitions of an activity can be helpful, and seeing if that activity is better, the same, or worse after you do that activity. Maybe you start off doing the first 3 to 5 reps and it feels more uncomfortable, but as you get to the 10th rep, it feels better. That's a positive sign. So it's really important to consider how you're feeling when you're doing these kind of activities, and all kinds of activities when you are looking at resources online and things of that nature. We are in the information age and people like to self-diagnose, but again, the benefit of talking to an expert is that they're able to tell you exactly what's going on in the least amount of time, the least amount of effort, and least amount of mistakes as far as having to look through things and maybe not diagnosing it correctly yourself. So again, we talked about the massage, we talked about the active movement, and the other thing that you want to consider is doing some exercises that are going to help to strengthen that area of the tendon. And so using a ball, a squish ball, this is a more harder ball, which is going to provide more resistance. And so again, these things that I'm showing you are for the purposes of your knowledge and education. They're not necessarily prescriptive for you, but these are helpful interventions that we've had that are tried and true and proven with patients, not only our patients, but also just research-based. So squeezing that ball and allowing that tendon to also be able to contract and be stretched out in a different way by squeezing is going to be helpful. And you may start off with squeezing for a 3-second hold and doing 10 repetitions. Again, self-monitor in between each set. So after the first set of 10, and also during that first set of 10, how am I feeling between the first 3 reps to the last few reps? Is it feeling better? Is it feeling the same? Or is it getting worse the more I do it? If it's getting worse, that's an indication that you should stop and again seek for more help and more attention. And so hopefully you found this information helpful. If you did, leave a like and a comment and let us know what you found most helpful. If you know somebody who's dealing with this, you can share this video with them as a helpful resource. Like I said, we have that Talk to a PT First button that you can click to get some helpful information. All you have to do is answer a couple of quick questions and we will be able to reach you with some helpful information specific to what's going on with how you got to have this injury or this condition, and we would love to provide you support. It's 100% free. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So click the button, and we would love for you to subscribe to our channel so that we can help you on your journey to stay healthy, pain-free, fit, and mobile. I'm Dr. Toby. Thank you for watching. Take care until the next video.